All right, Shalom, giving all glorification, honor, and praise, and Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, along with the bishops, Wazaquanium, or feeding the lambs and leading the nation of Israel in sincerity and in truth. And it's like your salutations to the house of David by Shah Dawadah, which is the elect of Israel. And that's a spiritual house that's being built up in these last days, consisting of lively stones. All right, the 144,000 that serves the prophets, and the rest of that remnant, which is made up of men, women, and children who believe. All right, those who have been given the gift of faith and who are cleaving to the testimony of the prophets. They also are going to be delivered out of the destruction which is coming from the intercontinental ballistic missiles and the chariots of the Lord. And right now, Yahweh Shai talked about, sending fire upon this earth. All right. What is that? Luke, the 12th chapter, where he says, I'm roughly paraphrasing it, but he talks about, I come with fire, and what will I, if it be already kindled? That little shit out there in Palisades, which we know was a complete setup, but ultimately it's coming from on high. But that ain't nothing, man. There's fires burning all over this earth, but Yahweh Shai's coming back with that supernatural, spiritual. Don't get me wrong, it's physical, but it's going to be turned up to a whole other level. Okay, when the chariots start blasting this place too, not just the missiles. All right, but in Salaki, I'm in transit, so I'm a little distracted. But I'm 3 minutes and 30 seconds in to a 49-minute video put up by the Elder Apostle Tahar, who I guess he received a strike on his main page, so he is posting up on this channel right here. I put it in my community tab or on my community page several days ago. So go and subscribe to this page and, of course, be edified. And you see the title of it, right? It says the Gentiles understanding Romans chapter 9. And, the Lord, he's all about a good controversy, right? Like right now, the Lord has a big controversy with the nations of the earth, beginning with the nation of Edom, okay, which no vocab alone, the nation of Edom still exists today. There's no end of all the people. That's what the Bible teaches. You got a huge controversy with Esau, the so-called white man, and all the other nations, all right? And he's going to show you in the very near future what that truly means, all right? As in, he's going to destroy you, all right, the heathen nations and their armies in the valley of Yahweh Shabbat. And then he's going to send all of you into slavery. Whether you want to receive that or not, it really makes no difference, because that's the reality. That's the truth of the Bible. This book is full of lamentation, mourning, and woe. And that's what's coming to, it's already here, as a matter of fact, as we are in the beginning of sorrows. In 2025, again, the Lord's going to take it to a whole other level, as we're only 11 days into the so-called new year, and already there's so much going on that it takes a whole body. It takes all of the elect men, okay, to cover it all. But ultimately, it does get covered through the Spirit. But I'm looking forward to watching this. I wanted to make some comments. Because there's a lot of Jake, all right, who know they're Jake, right? When we say Jake, we're talking about you Israelites, all right? Jake is short for Jacob, okay, the father of the 12 tribes, all right, and which are made up of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you make up the 12 tribes of Israel. And that also includes the speckled birds, right? The Israelites who were mingled among the other nations pursuant to biblical prophecy. But there's a lot of Jake, so-called in the truth, right, that they don't understand that a lot of Israel is just they counted as Gentiles right now. They're not even counted as Israelites. A lot of the men that think they're in the truth, they looked at by the Most High as Gentiles. All right, because they're not, especially them Yah Israelites. Them Yah Israelites are out of there, man. And them GOCC cats, they out of there. Those dudes that talk about some Yisrael, they out of there. But they don't even get the concept that 2/3 of the nation of Israel is counted for heathens right now. Counted for heathens, counted for Gentiles, counted as a no people. Okay? And it has nothing to do with their nationality because they're Israelites according to the seed of their fathers. But in reality, in the flesh, they heathens. All right? They're not calling on the name of the Lord. A lot of our people are still serving that dumbass Jesus Christ idol. Although that idol is, every with each and every day that goes by, that idol is becoming more and more useless and more despised. But a lot of our people are still in that Christian state of mind, or they're in that Muslim state of mind, and our people follow all kinds of various and wayward doctrines, which makes them once again Gentiles, at the risk of being repetitive. We're supposed to be repetitive, man, because our people are sottish and hard-headed. Sottish goes back to retarded. Many of our people are just flat out retards, man. And there's no nice way to say that. There's no way to make that sound good, right? And I'm pulling up, so I'll be able to get up some scriptures. But once again, this is a huge controversy, and the Apostle Paul talked about what? He talked about the mystery of the Gentiles. How is it that these Israelites who had been cast away from the presence of the Lord, how is it that they're coming back? And at one point in time, all of us were Gentiles. Okay? The scripture said, says through the Apostle Paul, right? 1 Corinthians 12, it says, ye were Gentiles. Right? Because why? We were carried away to these dumb idols. We were given the Jesus Christ idol, the earth pig idol. Okay? Jesus Christo. Caesar. We were given that idol to follow. That made us Gentiles. That was forced upon our people. All right, as part of the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, right? It says we would be serving the gods of wood and stone over here in the hindermost part of the earth, the hindermost of the nations, Babylon, especially here in Babylon, aka America. All right. So, the scriptures talks about being estranged, right? Let me get that in Ephesians. Being estranged from the commonwealth, right? Of what? Of Israel. Let's see. And this is, here we go. This was very impromptu. And, I need to watch this whole video. I love it when Christians go to like the letters of Paul, because Paul just, and right out of the gate in his opening, address, he tells you who these letters are for, man. They're written to the saints. The saints are the Israelites. And not all Israelites are even looked at as saints, because again, you got the house of Saul. Okay, the unbelievers. Ephesians chapter 2, in verse 11, wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, right? Gentiles in the flesh who are called uncircumcision, right? By that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands. So you had the circumcision, which were the Jews, all right, who were back in the land, keeping the customs, doing the laws, speaking the tongue, all right, the Lashon Kodash, the holy tongue, the Paleo-Hebrew, all right, who knew they were Israelites from the time they was, young children. All right, that was the circumcision, okay? The uncircumcision were these Gentiles that Paul was sent to, okay? Because they didn't grow up with the laws. They grew up as Greeks, all right? They grew up Hellenized. All right, verse 12, that at that time you were without Hamashiach, not Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, right? So we were alienated, right, from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without Yahweh power in the world, right? So that describes all of us, man, not just these Ephesians. That describes all of us as the hopeful elect, starting with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down. Okay, we had become estranged, man. Okay, we were cut off. All right, we were at one time we were without the Lord in this world. Okay. Verse 13 says, Ephesians 2:13, but now in Hamashiach Yahushua, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach. So that's what brought us back, man. Faith in his blood. All right, believing in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's how we're going to ultimately be saved out of this hellfire that's coming. Okay? It's not by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Although we teach our people to do so, we can only do it, to the best of our ability. Right now we're rehearsing the righteous acts, but it's faith, all right, that's ultimately going to justify us, Lord willing. Again, we're a part of that number, right? Verse 14, for he is our peace, who hath made both one and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us, right? Basically, he's brought back, both the kingdoms too. All right, he's brought back both kingdoms, all right, the northern and southern. Okay. Well, let me just keep going. I mean, this is really good right here. It says, having abolished in his flesh the enmity, verse 15, even the law of commandments contained in ordinances, for to make in himself of twain one new man, so making peace. Right? And that he might reconcile both unto Yahweh power in one body by the cross, having slain the enmity thereby. Right? Again, he's bringing back the nation of Israel, the northern and southern kingdoms, becoming one. All right, one nation under Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, made up of 12 tribes. And came and preached peace to you which were afar off, verse 17, and to them that were nigh. For through him we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father. Right? Now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners. Right? Now, therefore, ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of Yahweh power. So it's all about Israel. It's all about the elect. It's all about the church, which the church is Israel. Okay? And we're no longer strangers. We're no longer foreigners. All right? And again, that's been accomplished through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, him shedding his precious blood, man. Go into 1 Peter 1 to read about that. And are built upon the foundation, verse 20, of the apostles and prophets, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach himself being the chief cornerstone. All right, and that's ultimately who you wicked scribes and Pharisees, who y'all are rejecting. You're rejecting the head of the corner, Yahweh Shai. Okay? It says, in whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto an holy temple in the Lord. Again, this is a spiritual house. This is a spiritual temple. It's like you. Verse 22, Slakia, finishing out Ephesians 2, and verse 22, in whom ye also are builded together for an habitation of Yahweh power through the Spirit. All right, so When you see Gentile, if you see Gentile or heathen, okay, or foreigner, and then you see words like grace, salvation, all right, mercy, then that's pertaining to Israelites who were being called heathens and Gentiles and Greeks and foreigners and strangers. It's really, it's as simple as that. Anyway, I just wanted to comment on that real quick. And Lord willing, you was edified through the Spirit. With that, I want to say shalom, on to the next one.